Hey, this is Mr. Elmhorst with the help video for the 2D Geometry Unit Quiz, Minor Grade. So we take a look at question 1, and it looks like we have a triangle. We're trying to find the hypotenuse, the square of the hypotenuse. So we're going to use the triangular formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So side A would be the shorter side. It's just visually it looks shorter. So in the square units is telling us that that one is squared already. So that's inches, 28 inches squared. And if this is a 7 by 7, that means this is 7. And if we square that, it's going to give us 49 inches squared. And that is equal to c squared, and whatever that is. So you have 29 plus 49, or 28 plus 49. So we put these together. So we have 49 plus 28. It's going to give us 77. So the total area for the left side is going to be 77 inches squared. And in order to make this equal, though, that means this is going to be 77 inches squared also. And in order to find or solve for c, we do the square root of that. But this question is not asking what is the measurement, it is asking what is the square that is labeled x. So that label would be 77 inches squared. Okay, number 2, Miriam wants to mail a plaque in the box shown below. So it looks like they have the two legs of a triangle. So we got the dimensions diagonally, which is 12. And we're going to square that, and then 5 high. We're going to square that, and that would be equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So we're going to see if the plaque is going to fit in there. So now we're just going to process the Pythagorean theorem. We have 12 times 12, so we have 144, and 5 times 5, which is going to be 25, and that's going to be equal to the square of the other side. So we put all that together, we have 169, and we're going to do the square root of both sides, so we find just the value of x. Okay, number 3, Catherine drew a right triangle, the chalk. So the hypotenuse of her triangle is 40 inches and one of the legs is 15. So draw a picture, and it says the hypotenuse is 40, so that's going to be the long side of the triangle, 40 inches, and one of the legs is going to be 15 inches. And we're trying to solve for the other leg. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We have 15 squared plus whatever the missing x is squared is equal to the square of the long side. So we got 225 plus x squared, and that's equal to 1600. 40 times 40 is going to be 1600. Now we subtract 1600 minus 225. Well, 16 minus 2 is going to be 14. And then 1400 minus 25 is going to be 1375. So the square root of 1375 is going to be equal to one of our answers. But another way to look at it is squaring one of our answers is going to be very close to 1375. So I would pick one answer, and I see 36, 37, 38, and 40. I would square this one just because if it's under that, then you would have 36 as your answer. And then if it's over that, then you could check 38 and 40. But I think 40 is way too... 40 is an obvious wrong answer. So squaring 37 would help you guess and check. So 1 times 1, 1 times 7, 1 times 3. Cross that out, and then 7, 49. 7 times 3 is 21 plus 4 is 25. And we're done with 2 digits. We cross out 2 digits down below. And then we got 3, 21. And 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2. We got 1, 4, carry the 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And 16 and 13. So this is going to be 13, 6, 6, 4. Is that right? 6, 6, 4, 1. So, oh, yeah, 4, 1. Then we move the decimal over 2 spots. So 1366 is very close to 1375 for the estimate. Okay, Sasha walked from the library to the grocery store and then to her house. So we're going to Natasha's house from library. So what's the total distance here? So one of the easy ways to do this is instead of multiplying the decimal with the decimal, we can move the decimal over 1 spot to start, and then once you get your answer, move the decimal back over to the left. So we got a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 9 squared plus 17 squared, which is equal to c squared, which we can call x. We got 81 plus 17 times 17, which is one of our squares, so 289. Now we add those together. 289 plus 81. We got 370. Now we're looking for the square root of 370. We got the square root of 370, or we can square one of these answers. So 19 squared, 26 squared, or 14 squared. I would pick one of the numbers in the middle. So 14 is 1.4 is lower, and then 2.3 is higher. So we can go with 1.9 and multiply 19 times 19 to see what we get. So 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 8 is 17. We got 9 and 1. So it's going to be 361. And so the square root, it looks like that's actually a pretty good estimate. So one decimal over, one decimal over. 3.7 is really close to 3.6 squared. So I think that's a pretty good estimate for a guess and check. The perimeter of the rectangle is 42 centimeters. So the perimeter means adding up all the way around the shape. So if this is 2w plus 3, then over here is 2w plus 3. And if this is w, then that's going to be w. So you're going to add up going all the way around the shape. So we have w, w, 2w, 2w. So the total number of w's is 6w. And we have plus 3 plus 3. And that is all equal to 42. We're going to solve the equation. 6w plus 6. Circle your variable terms. Separate the left side and the right side. And then we're going to start away from the variable. So we got 6w is equal to 36. And we're going to divide both sides by 6. So w equals 6. Now that is not the answer. We're going to go back in. I'm going to clear this off. W equals 6. And then this is 2w, which is 6 plus 3. So we got 12 plus 3, which is going to give us 15. So the measurement is going to have a length of 15 and a width of 6. All right, take a look at number 6. If these two sides are equal, then if the measure of this angle is x, then the measure of this angle is also x. And the triangle sum theorem means all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So x plus 48 equals 180 degrees. Your two x's can go together, plus 48, have 180. Now we're going to solve the equation, circle the variable term, subtract as a first step. So we got 2x equals 132. So 80 minus 40 is 40, minus 8 is 32. And we're going to divide both sides by 2. So x equals 132 divided by 2. So looking at number 7, we're going to look at the diameter of a tractor tire is 4 feet. We're using the circumference of the circle, diameter times pi. This is one way to do it. Now another way we could do this is multiply 4 times 12,000 and then multiply it times pi. So 12 times 4 is going to be 48. And then we have 48,000. But if we're going to work a little smarter instead of harder, we can multiply pi times 48 and then put the 1,000 on the end to find the total. Looking at question number 8, we're going to count the spaces for the legs of the triangle. We have 4 on the bottom, 3 on the right. So we have 3 squared plus 4 squared, and that's going to be equal to c squared. Looking at number 9, we're going to find the area of the circle. Area equals pi times r squared. The radius is 8. We got 3.14 times 64 divided by 2. You can multiply by 64 and then divide by 2, but you can also divide by 64 divided by 2. Instead, then just multiply by 32. That would also give you the same result. Okay, last question for the assignment. So determine the approximate area of the basketball key shown below. You're going to break this irregular shape into two shapes. So we have a circle and a rectangle. So first we're going to multiply base times height to find area 1. And then if the diameter is 8, then the radius is 4. So we're going to use the area formula, pi times radius squared. And 4 squared is going to be 16. You can multiply pi times 16 divided by 2, because it's a semicircle, or do 16 divided by 2, which gives you 8. So we're going to do 3.14 pi times 8, and then you're going to add that to 80.